Everybody, it's Invictus. Time nothing run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. Man, oh man, the like streak is flying off the shelves. Thank you all so much for all the support. I'm glad there's a renewed interest in the like streak goals, especially with all the support that you all have been showing in the comment section, telling me you love the new like streak format. More turnover, higher rewards rate for every month, and hopefully every week. I appreciate that. So thank you all very much. We did have another video across 3,000 likes, only 7 away now from the character tier list update for Repentance Plus. Let's make it happen here. Make sure you click the like button. Of course, subscribe if you're not already here in the Mosh Pit. Love to have you. Here's your meme of the day brought to you. Now, the framing on this is a little bit weird just because I don't know why they cropped it like this, but brought to you by The Russian. On the title of the thread on the Civic subreddit was episode 224, Poor Bum. Then in the thread they said, thought of this when Sin was talking about poor bum friend. Bum friend is terrible, by the way. I make this meme on my phone, so sorry about the quality. There you go. Well, that's the reason why. So, yes. No bum friend. These are my coins. Now, somebody did point out that bum friend actually didn't have that bad of a run, and he actually gave us some clutch bombs, which is, I guess, technically true. You know, give credit where credit's due, but at the same time, I don't want him at all. Today is going to be 623 Quebec, 0 Alpha, 0 Charlie. Oh my god, we got ourselves a fro and a half, y'all. We got a major fro going on. Fanny pack, which is not a bad starting item, to be honest, but all eyes are going to be on our trinket that you just saw activate right there, which of course is going to be the Sigil of Baphomet, giving us a second shield every time we kill an enemy, and or half-second shield, I should say, and it does stack on itself up to 2.5 seconds, which is incredibly good. Yeah, we're not going to be taking Fire Mind here. We also have the Everything Jar, which is, you know, I talk about the Everything Jar. It's an item that has a lot of potential, I think, but the max level, listen, I've been playing too much Uma Musume. The maximum reward that you get, the full charge, the 12 charges, is not worth it at all. You should never, ever, 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 ever max out the max out the charge on the Everything Jar. It's not good. It's very, very not good. It's supposed to give you, oh, you got a wacky, crazy, anything could happen thing, and it usually just gives you nothing. Yes, you can get glitched items, and sometimes you can get a ton of soul hearts and stuff, but think of it like using a TM trainer active item whenever you get to 12 on the Everything Jar, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I don't recommend it. Use it for a soul heart generator. Use it for any pickups that you need. You can even use it. One of the best options for you, of course, is to use it for a golden bomb or a golden key. That is definitely worthwhile, and that's what makes it an okay item. I would say it's very mid. It can be good if you have a clear game plan on how you're going to use the Everything Jar. But for the most part, it's pretty forgettable as an item. There's other items that do the exact same thing it does for much cheaper the cost, and you also don't have to worry about microing which room you're using it in. And Curse of Blind. Great. Well, we've already gotten our horseman out of the way, so we might as well take the Book of Revelations. That at least is going to allow us to get our soul hearts back, especially the one that we got schmooved upon by famine. We're going to last week's question of the episode, coming in from Teovi, who said, question of the episode, does Invicta like extend to into IRL, or are you only cursed in the video games that you play? It definitely extends to IRL. I am not a good... I don't have good luck. I'm lucky in some cases, but not others. All the wild, fantastic things that you see happen here on YouTube videos, it does translate over to real life. There are times when it's just... Anytime I get a huge random bout of just bad luck, like, for example, I get stuck at a light when I shouldn't have been, or if a light just randomly, a traffic light just randomly decides not to let me through and resets its cycle. Anytime I see something like that happen to me, I'm like, yeah, it's straight up Malcolm in the Middle. Life is unfair type thing, and it goes through my mind. It literally goes through my mind. That little Malcolm in the Middle part. Any time some random I almost said RNG. Again, I've been playing too much Human Wisdom today. Some random bad luck happens. I'm always just like, yep, that's just me. Yeah, we don't want to pick up the charge key yet because that's going to take one. That's going to take one soul heart away from us, essentially. We can just get one more charge here and then be totally fine. There you go. So now, obviously, having an orbital is fantastic when you have the Sigil of Baphomet. It allows you to basically plow over things, and as long as you keep chain killing things, you will be able to just dominate, and they won't be able to stop you. Now we have this golden bomb here, and let's see if Sinvicta remembers or forgets to trade the golden bomb in for a bomb upgrade via the bomb beggar. Spoiler alert: I probably won't. I probably will not remember. So you're seeing here, we chain the kills here with ball of bandages, and the shield didn't come down at all. That's what we like to see, baby. Okay, another black soul heart, we'll take it. Larry Jr. shouldn't be too bad with a golden bomb. We can just get rid of all the rocks and poop and everything, and it's just going to take one bomb, and that's it for Larry. Or, you know, if they keep trying to dodge us here. And yes, the individual segments that we destroy of Larry's, it does count for the Sigil of Baphomet as well. We get another soul heart here. Again, Curse the Blind. Let's see. Do I have something I can roll? Do I have a D6 anywhere? Do not have a D6. I'm going to spin this Sharpie, and whichever direction it points, wherever the cap is, that's the item I'm going to take. Ready? You guys can't see this, but it's right in the middle. And we get Guppy's head. Okay. All right. That's fine. We could take another one. We do have a soul heart generator, so I don't mind a little bit of extra gamble there. Let's go back into... Now, we could also go into the boss trap room, but we have no idea what we're going to get in there. 15-cent item here, which we definitely can get if this gives us a nickel, and it did. And it gave us the ladder. Yeah. Okay. We get brimstone bombs. You know, I'm not going to turn that down. I'm not going to poo-poo that. Feeling lucky. It's a Saturday, and I hate myself and everything about life in general, and this game. I hate this game. Oh, it's just lovely. Just Curse the Blind, everybody. If you ever wanted to know why we don't take blind items... There you go. That is the quintessential, absolute perfection, down to a T example. The poster child of why you don't take blind items. We get Pop, the ladder, and then to top it all off, we get Curse the Tower. So remember, kids, don't take blind items ever. Ever. If you do, you know what you did. That's all I can say. And it's definitely the last time I ever take a blind item for the rest of this year. Unless absolutely necessary. Speaking of new formats, we also have an updated format coming tomorrow for Random Run Day. And since we did miss last week because we had the Get Down Mr. President challenge. But trust me, those of you who are Random Run Day fans, you'll be not only impressed, but also extremely excited to see what we've got in store here. And I think that this is also going to be another huge boost to people's engagement with the videos and with the community. Jumping into the Discord, and it's big. It's big. It's a revolution for the Random Run Day on the channel. You all are going to love it. So stay tuned. A little bit of foreshadowing. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I think that this is going to be one of the biggest additions to the channel ever, maybe. One of the biggest additions. It's not up there with Alex, of course. Alex is the go-to. You know, he's been our compadre, our muchacho. He's been everything we needed him to be. Our partner in crime, our friend, our artist, our editor, but not hug giver though. Not hug giver. That's still to Chad. And I don't know why people said I was being mean to Alex. I think people lost the context of that conversation. So I'll spell it out for you again. The reason why I said that I would rather get hugs from Chad versus Alex is not because I don't like Alex and not because I wouldn't hug him. I would. But the setup was if given a choice, if I had to pick one or the other, I'm taking Chad. That's all it was. People are like, "Oh, you're so mean to Alex. Why would you hug your own editor?" I didn't say that I wouldn't. I'm just saying in this spot, in this hypothetical question that I myself made up for myself. If it's either Lil Chad or Alex, I'm hugging Lil Chad. His hugs heal. He gives you hugs and kisses. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't a slight towards Alex, and I certainly don't want people thinking that I wouldn't hug him. I mean, I'd hug the man. He needed a hug, you know. He came up to me and said, "Sinvicta, sí, I need a hug. Sí. You know how to say hug in Spanish?" "No, I don't." "Well, I need a hug. Sí." I give him a hug. That's how the conversation would go. Oh, we got another bomb upgrade here. Oh, baby! Pyromaniac, brother. Okay, so we have Pyromaniac. Unfortunately, we don't have any red hearts to heal, but we are now immune to explosions. We actually heal from explosions. And now, Firemind's like, "Well, I see you should have taken me." Look at this. Oh, man. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. There's Brimstone and Juice's freaking shadow with a weird outline over it. Why does that skull, that lamb skull on the ground, fit so perfectly around Judas' shadow? We're going to take both of this and turn it into Black Judas. 100%. No way we don't do that. It gets rid of pop. We get our damage. And, I mean, technically it doesn't get rid of pop, but you know what I mean. We don't have to worry about using it for our damage now. We also got level 2 ball of bandages, so our orbital is going to be stronger. And I'm going to stick with the Book of Revelations, but I will touch this for Bookworm. Even though I do like mapping, we are Black Judas now, so... Isaac, I don't know what's going on with your left eye, but I kind of hate it. Brimstone makes pop palatable. It makes it okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. It just makes it kind of okay, sort of. It's still bad, but Brimstone softens the badness a little bit. Look, Alex is on. He's on Team Invicta. He is part of Team Invicta. He is an integral part. It changed the channel whenever we added Alex. By we, I mean me, because I'm the only one at this company. Until Alex. He's got a contract. He gets paid a salary, and you know, he helps out. He does a great job. No complaints. He's gotten a raise for all the good work he's done. And if the YouTube shorts start really blowing up, then I give him the a percentage of the profits. Problem is that every single YouTube short, and this is me being 100% honest, as I always am, but as honest as a YouTuber can be to his audience. Every single YouTube short that we have made, every single one, has been a net loss in money. And if we factor in Alex's pay and the revenue that it generates, none of them have finished in the black. And one of my things that I told Alex when I started asking him to do the TikToks and to do the shorts and everything, was I said, hey, I want to give you a percentage of the profit after we make back our money for the fee for the artist commission to do the editing and stuff. But it's rough out there on YouTube, in YouTube Shorts land. The CPM is terrible. And if my YouTube overlord algorithm Chad bosses are listening, thank you very much. Can I have another? I'm pretty sure the algorithm doesn't like you saying algorithm in your videos. But I've had people tell me that they've been seeing my videos come up on the recommended tab and they're not even subbed to me, so I don't know. Okay. Oh, you jerk. Now, unfortunately, the downside of us being Black Judas is that we will never be able to get red hearts, which means that Pyromaniac is not useless, but it is half useless. I say half useless because we can't actually heal any black hearts. It only heals. Excuse me. It only heals red hearts. Dude, these freaking Eternal Flies are the bane of my existence. I've taken more damage from them than anything else this week, on stream and off stream. There's no enemies, so we can't actually get that soul heart. Got this half soul heart though, that's fine. And we're gonna get another. We are going to get another stack of Bandage Girl, and that's not necessarily a good thing for the Sigil of Baphomet. Only because you don't get reliable procs on it, because she's going to run around and kind of have her own independent way of killing things and stuff. And that's not necessarily great because we may be out of range or not in an optimal position to take advantage of the shield when we're trying to go for chain kills, especially if we're going for orbital play. So by the way, how did we end up doing an entire circle around this pancake of a map and not found the item room? I don't even know what I'm looking at, man. Got the greed fight, of course, so okay to that. We are somewhat motivated to do full clears because we have the Book of Revelations. Strength card, okay. Crack the Skizzle's good, man. It is good, but it's no HP generator. You know what? No. I'm gonna say no. I thought about it, but we need keys. We have Keeper Sack, which, you know, it would have been nice to have been able to use it again on this floor, but, you know, greed fight and everything. So hopefully we get another usable shop on the next floor. Surely the game wouldn't give us back-to-back greed fights after getting Keeper Sack, right? 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 Yeah, I'm gonna pass on level 3 Meat Girl. Eat Girl? Bandage Girl. That is definitely not something that exists. And no, it's not an excuse for those of you who are memers in the mosh pit to go make Meat Girl references on the subreddit now. You freaking get 9 lives, which I am going to take because it's 2 or 3 guppy, although that does put us back down to 1 HP. But with the Book of Revelations, as we said, we have the luxury of doing so. Now, one of the upsides to us having or being Black Judas is that because we don't have any red hearts, we don't have to ever worry about losing a devil deal to red heart damage, because guess what? We don't have any red hearts. Yeah, Damon's Tail, you're not great, but you're definitely no Sigil Baphomet. Sigil Baphomet is a game changer. Is a run defining item. Yeah, we need to get a little bit of a move on here since we didn't see the full card anywhere. Lucky us. Really, all it takes is just 1 kill, and then we can go in with level 2 Ball of Bandages and just lay waste to them all. Unless, of course, the shield wasn't on, even though it definitely should have been on because we just got done getting 2 kills. But what do I know? And we are still looking for the full card. All right. Well, we've gone all the way to the south. Let's go over to the east. Fantastic. All right. Camo Undies. It gives us a much needed movement speed upgrade. And wouldn't you know it, the last room that we went in, the one that has the full card. How does he do it? How does he do it? Here's the fun part. We won't be able to bomb our way back into the devil deal should we have another devil deal that we want to take. Unless we can get a soul heart here. We don't have the strength card, so we're just going to be stuck on 3 HP. We are only 1 away from Guppy, though, and this build would go very, very good. Very well with Guppy. Lots of damage there. Of course, that's predicated on us getting a devil deal, which we did not get. Tech 2, it hurts Tiny Planet, and yeah, that. I'm going to take Tiny Planet for the lulz. Tiny Planet Brimstone is actually quite good. Unless if you have Pop, apparently. I don't know about this one. That may have been a miscalculation on my part. I thought it was going to extend around, but apparently not. Eternal Heart, okay. Yeah. Jumper Cables is great. Absolutely nothing wrong with Jumper Cables here. And we definitely want to go into the Cursed Room for a chance to get Guppy. We might be able to bomb our way in there. Very hard to see Dark Judas on the when he's half invisible and also on a black floor. It's a little jarring. Okay, so we can go back and get that Soul Heart for a little bit more stats. Thanks to Keeper Sack. Thankfully, the game didn't screw us and give us a greed fight. So, thank you, game, I guess. I'm just going to buy the Soul Heart. I'm not going to buy the Sack. The secret room might be south of here, looking at this wall. Yeah. Well, we definitely have a unique build. Tiny Planet Brimstone Pop is... That's got the element of surprise. I'll give it that, because that is not a synergy that I would ever see under normal conditions. There we go. The golden bomb. I mean, I doubt that we're going to get another bomb judgment on this run, but you never know. Now we are going to get another horseman on this floor, because we're using the Book of Revelations. But in this case, since we don't necessarily need the boss item drops, I don't mind using the Book of Revelations on cooldown. There's no hesitation for the Book of Revelations, because my heart is not having palpitations from the lack of boss item celebrations. So this is the important part of having the chain kills here. You can stack Sigil of Baphomet and just be totally immune to everything. There we go. We've got this sort of protective barrier of pop. Which kind of sounds like an old school NSYNC song. I don't think it would have sold too many copies if it was called the protective barrier of pop. Shieldy pop. That would not have gone well. It's a great block by Ball of Bandages. I mean, we already had the shield there, but that was still a nice block. If we hadn't had the shield, I would have been very impressed. And we get Guppy! We get the Gupster. With this build here, and this damage, even though we haven't gotten a damage upgrade since becoming Black Judas, we are still going to be really, really pushing out the deeps here. Our flies are just going to be shredding everything, brother. And what's so great about it is that it's going to add even more ways for us to refresh the Sigil of Baphomet's shield. And that's going to really make up for the times where there's the downtimes where we're recharging Brimstone. So, in other words, it's going to be very hard for the game to kill us at this point. If it wasn't difficult already, it's going to be even harder now. And I dare say we are in one-run territory. Yeah, mom's already dead. what a run it's been. And gotta say that, you know, for all intents and purposes, we finished this week strong. Minus Thursday. Thursday was a headache. That run I think gave me a headache. But it's, you know, it's those type of runs that some people just really love to see. The same people who love to donate gifted memberships on YouTube and then create agonizing rules. Looking at you, Arby. Sometimes. Although Arby was kind on Tuesday. But I know it's all in good fun. And obviously to support my channel. I wouldn't be here without the mosh pit. But, you know, I'm really just happy with everything that we've grown into here as the group in the mosh pit. Knowing that I can count on people to always be there, just like you can always count on me to always have a video every single day. I can always count on you all to be watching them. And there's not very many creators who have that kind of security. You know, obviously numbers go up and down. Sometimes they go way up, sometimes they go way down. That's just the ebb and flow of the business, right? And I've seen a lot of creators get really, really bent out of shape and lose their minds over analytics and numbers and view count and all that stuff. And I'm very happy that I don't fret those type of things here. Not because I'm like some big bad amazing YouTuber or anything, but I know that the small community that we do have, relatively small compared to the rest of the YouTube space, is there to look out for me. It's the Lost. We get Maw of the Void. Oh my gosh, and Leviathan, and Athame. Holy. Well, we don't have to worry about using Pop anymore, or Brimstone, really. Or Tiny Planet. But if we use all three together, holy moly. That's a lot of burst damage. I mean, a lot. And we're going to slowly be able to recover all those hearts that we just got done spending. But we don't have the movement speed to defend ourselves, but we definitely have the damage to defend ourselves, and that's all you really need sometimes. Yes, movement speed, mobility is everything, but it's not everything. It can be everything in certain situations. Like anything in Isaac, it's situational. How important movement speed is relative to other stats. Revelation's been doing work here. And these rooms, again, it's Sigil of Baphomet was built to counter those rooms, particularly when there's a very narrow gap and you just have a ton of enemies running right towards you. You need to dispatch them quickly and safely while also maintaining your no-hit status in there. That's what Sigil of Baphomet does. It gives you the ability to do that. This room's included. We couldn't see them half the time and didn't care. Would have loved to have seen more damage, though. It's one area that this run has been lacking is just damage. Pure damage, I mean. Like, yes, we're dealing damage, obviously, because we're Black Judas, but I want, like, overwhelming damage. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna do a victory lap. Second seed, 8 Tango Sierra Whiskey Charlie, 8 Tango Mike. Got our black rune here. And a tinted rock. And we got a movement speed upgrade. Still hoping that we get a that was a dark Athame ring. I guess you could say it had a nice ring to it. Thank you. You're too kind. Thank you. I'll buy it only to get the stats. So we get 1.84 damage just from buying that. We get more movement speed and reverse stars card, which I don't know what that was going to remove. Maybe a ball advantage. I don't remember what our first item was. I don't remember what our first item was. Was it pop? Can we actually get rid of pop? No, it's ball bandages. Speaking of ball bandages, we got our ball bandages back immediately, of course. Can't get rid of her. Cannot get rid of her. There's an invisible pooter over there. Definitely want to go into the vault because we need money for Keeper Sack. Rainworm's good, but it's not beat Sigil Baphomet good. We got a dime. Okay, 15 cents again. Everything's coming up Millhouse now. You can see we can just bum rush every single room. And as long as we kill one thing, that's all we need. I'm only going to take Voodoo Head just because, again, I'm just doing this for... I'm doing it for stats. Stats and stats alone. There's one dead Gemini. And we get a Fan Schmabulous Devil Deal here. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Stanley. All right. Let's try this again here. Okay, good. We get the Pact and Guppy's Tail. Now this is a fantastic, that's a curse room right there. Giving us a Guppy item and the Pact. Shoot. Now I'm not going to use the Book of Revelations on this floor because we simply just don't need it. And I want to get an actual boss item drop here. The Pact sent us over 20 damage, and that's great. I love that for us. We are definitely getting a lot of keys, despite us having Guppy's Tail, which is a little bit odd. Buy that. I guess we could buy the Dull Azeraid. Oh. Oh, that's right. Sulfuric acid opened the door. The box. We don't care about the box. Judgment. We don't care about Judgment. Rather have the Devil card for an upcoming boss fight. Not sure if you're going to be able to call it much of a fight, but it's going to be something. The first curse room is always kind of lame here. Let's see if the second one's going to do us any better. Guppy's Paw. So that's pretty much every single Guppy item except Guppy's Eye at this point. And again, you see just the amount of sheer power we've got with the flies alone. I think I am going to keep the Book of Secrets over the Book of Revelations. We don't really need it anymore. And we are absolutely solid on stats, so I wouldn't mind a little bit more tears rate. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Game is apologizing for Thursday. Ended rock up here. Well, we have school bags, so now we can have both. Even better. A free school bag, I'll take it. I gotta turn that down. Saw a really awesome animation the other day. Oh, it was actually a couple months ago, the first time I saw it, and I linked it in Discord. But I rewatched it today just because it came up on my recommended tab. The evolution of Godzilla's atomic breaths, done by a channel I think called Film Core. And it's done in a very, very, very good way. It's by clear Godzilla fans. I mean, they get everything right, down to the weird little animatronic jitters that Godzilla Raids Again had. All the funny moments from the early iterations of Godzilla. You get the leg drop in there from Godzilla vs. Megalon. They get the dance from Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. It's done very well, and they include some characters that I honestly had forgotten about, and other characters I just didn't know existed because I didn't watch them. Namely, any of the late 90s to early 2000s animated versions of Godzilla, which he should never be called Godzilla, by the way. I am one of those Godzilla purists. I do not consider the 1998 Matthew Broderick film a Godzilla film. It's a monster movie. It's a kaiju movie. I'm down with that, but it's certainly not Godzilla. Certainly not. It was generous of Toho to even call him Zilla. That's being extra generous by them, because it's not even worthy of being in the same conversation as Godzilla. Now, I remember seeing it. Did I enjoy the movie when I saw it in theaters? It was okay. You know, but I was expecting a lot more. I wanted Godzilla. I wanted an update of Godzilla 1984. That's what we all really wanted. We wanted to see him fight somebody and all that stuff. Instead, we got some bullcrap melodrama about earthworms, and it sucked. It sucked. I remember leaving the theater thinking, man, I was expecting a lot different. It almost reminded me more of Jurassic Park than anything. I mean, there's a couple of scenes in there that it just straight up rips off of Jurassic Park. The Lost World, not the original. Although there is, well, I don't know. They do ape a big portion of the original with that scene and the baby Godzillas looking like raptors. I only get a damage up here. 25 big ones. The only redeeming... It's not even redeeming. The only part that I like is anything that Hank Azaria's in, or Harry Shearer, because obviously I'm a huge Simpsons fan. So anything that Hank or Harry are in is like, it's almost like watching an episode of The Simpsons. Anything else though is just like, ugh, man, that's rough. And I used to swear up and down that George Carlin was in there. There's a guy. Here's the guy. That's a Three Guys Talk About Football podcast reference, by the way. Here's a guy. There's a guy in Godzilla 1998 that looks like George Carlin. He's in like the diner or coffee shop or something like that in New York, right as Zilla is approaching that. It's like walking down the street and stuff. And if you ever go back and watch that awful movie, go look at that scene and then come back to me and tell me that on a first glance, if you saw that in the theater, on first glance, with no other references, tell me that you wouldn't think that was George Carlin. Because there's an old man with the slick back ponytail, same length as George and everything, has the white beard, same facial features, everything. I used to swear up and down as a kid that was George Carlin. Oh my God, they got George Carlin here? How in the world they do that? How's he in this terrible movie? The only there is one other scene. It's a little tiny moment in the movie that is very funny to me. It made me legitimately laugh in the theater. Was when it's when Zilla is on. It's nighttime and the fighter pilots are trying to find Zilla, and they finally find him. And one of the pilots shoots a missile, a Tomahawk missile at Zilla, and misses totally, like just totally whiffs, and it blows off the I think it's the Capitol Records building or something like that. And you see the spire fall straight to the ground, and it does a quick edit cut back to the pilot's face. And he's just like, oh, damn. It's very good. I do remember a lot of us laughing at that point in the theaters. Yeah, a heck of a combo here. We got mapping, we got HP generation, we got all sorts of stuff on this run. You know what? I'm going to say that they are not over here. I'm going to say that they're up to the northwest. I'd be correct. There goes Mom's heart. Take one look at Stanley here. Now, I don't believe that if we took another Brimstone Bombs that we would get Mega Brimstone Bombs, although that would be pretty awesome. Wouldn't turn it down, that's for sure. Speaking of Mega, going back to last week's episode, the Mega Juiced episode, where we got the question of the day today. People were talking about how external information mod shows that it does not affect Mega Brimstone, and I swear up and down I could have sworn that it did affect Mega's duration, but apparently not. But then someone in the comments pointed out a very good point, which was Well, then why does it affect MAGA? Yeah. Why does it affect MAGA Mush? Why does it affect Mega Mush? And the response was, yeah. Why does it affect Magic Mush and not Mega Blast? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're both 12-room cooldown items. They're both very, very powerful in their own right. They're also very rare to get. So why wouldn't it affect them? There's no logic. The second you try to look for logic in Isaac programming, you're not going to find it. Just give up. It makes none of the senses. Halo flies. Probably should have used the Book of Secrets before going this way, but in our bed. So what a run. Gotta say that this was a extremely solid outing here. Turning into Black Judas definitely changed things up, and also, of course, the biggest get that we got was Brimstone, for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, Brimstone changed this run, because it would have been a slog and a half to go through if we didn't have Juice's Shadow plus Brimstone. This Pop is just it's not a run killer, but it's a run slow downer. If that makes sense, which it probably doesn't, because it's not a word, but you know what I mean. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click the like button, and don't forget, tomorrow we're debuting another new feature to the channel for random run days, and mark my words, it's going to revolutionize Sundays forever in the Mosh Pit. So until next time, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're not subscribed already and haven't joined the Mosh Pit, then definitely hit that subscribe button and join the Mosh Pit community. Of course, don't forget about my Tuesday streams as well, which you can find at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Matthew Ramsey, Paradoxius Blackheart, and Dummy Boy. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.